Have you ever met anyone that seems to be so smart in every area? Any aspect you can think of, they are just so smart. Well, it's very funny how my secondary school days always reflect when I do podcasts like this. I can remember in my secondary school, there were this set of guys and ladies that always go for competitions for us. And they seem to be so smart that whenever they go for competition, we know what to expect. They either come back with first position, second, or at worst, they come out with third position. So then I always use them to judge myself. I could not see myself winning any medal for the team. Even though I didn't eventually go for any competition. I was happy about that. But the idea was that I was looking down at myself because they always get results. Despite the fact that I didn't even have any opportunity to go at first. I'm not sure. I don't know if I would be able to perform at their level or not. But I was relatively very good academically. But then I felt that they were the best thing that happened to my school during my own self because they were just very good. They were just very good. But the reason for this podcast is to also mention that smartness is very, very contextual or should be very contextual and should be connected to, should I say, should be connected to your purpose. And using other people to judge your own smartness is very, very wrong. Perhaps you're in school or you're in your workplace, and there seem to be this set of people that just know how to carry out their job and get results. And let's say you are even struggling with performing well. That should not be a basis for comparing yourself with them because you guys have different purpose. Come to think of it, is there anyone that is smart in all areas? I don't think so. I don't think so. I know there are names that will pop up in your mind. Someone like Einstein, his known contribution to physics is very outstanding. But then we also know that he struggled with social and interpersonal relationship with people. Can you say that that person is the smartest? I don't think so. Another name that could come to your mind is Elon Musk. His unique success in tech and business is very profound. But we also know that he struggled with communication and interaction with people, and very obvious. Could you see that someone that struggled with a day-to-day interaction or relationship with people is the smartest? No, I don't think so. So I think the idea of being smart is very true that people are very smart, but their smartness is limited to an area. It's not a universal smartness. And this is why we should not compare ourselves with other people when it comes to being smart or being intelligent. Every one of us, God gave every one of us something, but He didn't give everything to any one of us. So we are unique beings and we have our area of smartness. So my point, so we are asking what's my point? My point is that smartness should not be universal and should not be a basis for comparison because I've seen this affect people's self-esteem. Because you're in the same space with someone that is very smart, immediately you feel you are less. It should not be so. Even the Bible says, I think in 1 Corinthians 1 verse 27, it said, God uses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. So before you say that someone is wise, it has to be it has to be contextual to what you are really talking about. Look at someone like Solomon. King Solomon was the wisest, and it was even God made him wise and said, before him and after him, there will be no one that will be as wise as him. But come to think of it, his marriage was a total failure. I mean, the wisdom didn't even reflect in his marriage, and that even led to his downfall. So there's no one that is realistically the smartest in every area. We should strive to grow in the area of our purpose. I think when I hear smartness, I think of purpose. It's better to be smart in my area of purpose than to be smart for just being smart. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is pleasing God and serving men, which I think is the general purpose of man. If you can please God and you serve men, you are good to go. When it comes to making money, when it comes to doing business, the whole idea of doing business is serving people. So, what's the point of being smart yet you are not fulfilling your purpose. I understand that some people are also very smart, they are serving people, but if you look at the other side of it, are they pleasing God? So the idea of smartness, there are two things I want to point out to them, which is number one, never compare yourself with someone that seems so smart. Never compare yourself because you have different purpose. Number two is that it's better to grow in the area of your purpose than just being smart for being smart. Thanks.